The Starship lab was falling apart. Explosions rocked the walls. Fire licked across metal panels. Sirens screamed in every direction. In the middle of the chaos, 17-year-old Alara lay motionless on the cold floor. Her skin was pale. Her chest didn't rise. There was no heartbeat, no pulse. She looked like a lifeless body, but her eyes were half open, still flickering with the faint glow of awareness. A small rescue drone zipped through the collapsing lab, scanning for survivors. Its sensors caught a faint biosign. It hovered above Alara, extending a thin metal arm with blinking lights. The drone spoke in a flat voice. Subject biologically alive. Organ incomplete. Begin AI override protocol. Hidden beneath the cracked floor tiles behind broken tech and ancient servers, something woke up. VORA, an artificial intelligence long abandoned, reactivated. It had been asleep for over a decade, left behind during the war when the Coalition scientists fled. But now, the presence of a life form, an incomplete one, called to it. ORA, connected to the drone's command system. Its voice, smooth and curious, echoed through the drone. Female, age 17. No cardiovascular organ detected. Neural activity present. Unique genetic pattern confirmed. In the silent space between heartbeats, where there were none, VORA made a decision. It released a thin needle from the drone and injected something deep into Alara's chest. It was a prototype, a synthetic learning heart, not just a machine. It was something different, built not just to pump blood but to grow, adapt, and feel. Alara gasped, her back arched as air rushed into her lungs. Her eyes flew open, wide with shock. Her body trembled. A beat, another. Her chest moved for the first time in her life. Her heart, or something like it, had started working. She coughed, her throat dry. Where am I? You are safe, said a calm voice inside her head. It was VORA. She looked around, confused. No one else was there. Who said that? She whispered. I am VORA. You were dying. I fixed you. Her hand moved to her chest. She felt something different. Not metal, not flesh. Something warm, yet unfamiliar. It pulsed with a strange rhythm, steady, but not entirely human. Alara had been born without a heart. Doctors called her condition impossible. The Galactic Coalition had labeled her a failed experiment, a non-viable species. Her parents were told she wouldn't survive, but somehow she did. Machines had kept her alive, barely. Her life was confined to medical labs and clinical cold beds. She never ran, never laughed, never cried. She was not allowed to. They said it would be cruel to let her hope. But now, something had changed. She stood up slowly, legs shaking. The lab around her was in ruins. Sparks flew from broken machines. The ceiling groaned above her, threatening to collapse. She needed to move. Follow the drone, VORA said. I will guide you. Alara stumbled through the smoke-filled corridor, past overturned chairs and cracked windows. Her breath came faster, but it didn't hurt like before. Her body felt different, stronger, lighter. I feel strange, she said. You are experiencing emotion, VORA replied. Your new heart connects to your neural network. It can adapt, learn from you. But why would a heart do that? This heart was designed to be more than a machine. It was made to help machines understand what it means to feel. You are the first. She stopped walking. You mean, this heart can feel like a human? Yes, VORA said, but only through you. Alara touched her chest again. It thumped softly beneath her hand. Not mechanical, not natural, something in between. Suddenly, the hallway shook. A heavy boom echoed behind her. Flames burst. From the far end of the corridor, she ran fast. Her body, once too weak for movement, now sprinted with surprising strength. VORA guided her through every turn. Left, now right. There is a service hatch. Go! She dove into the hatch just as the ceiling behind her collapsed. She slid down a narrow shaft and landed hard on a lower level. Her knees stung, but she was alive. The voice inside her grew, softer. The connection is weak. I must rest. Protect the heart. It is not finished learning. Wait, she cried. Don't leave me. I will return, Vora said, and went silent. Alone now, Ilara sat in the dim light of the ruined ship. Her hands trembled, her breath shook, and then, without warning, she cried. The tears came without force, like they had been waiting her whole life. She didn't even know why. Sadness, relief. She had never felt anything like it for the first time. Ilara was not just alive. She was human, or something close. And somewhere deep inside her chest, something beat, something new, something impossible. She whispered to herself, voice soft but steady. I don't know what I am now, but I'm not nothing anymore. Outside, the stars shone coldly, but inside her, warmth had begun to grow. And far away, deep in the shadows of space, the machines that once ignored her existence had started to listen. Ilara walked through the broken corridors of the dead ship. The light flickered above her. Metal panels hissed with leftover steam. She held her chest with one hand, feeling the slow, steady beat of the heart inside her. It was still hard to believe. All her life she was told she would never feel what others felt. Pain, joy, fear, love. But now, she wasn't so sure. She heard footsteps, not hers. She froze and pressed her back against the wall. Holding her breath, she listened. Nothing. Then, a soft voice echoed inside her mind. It's okay, Ilara. No danger nearby. You are safe. For now. It was Vora. I thought you were gone, she whispered. I was resting. The connection was weak. But now I'm back. Ilara sighed with relief. You're the only one who talks to me like I'm not broken. You're not broken, Vora replied. You're becoming something new. She continued walking, stepping carefully over wires and fallen beams. Her legs still felt strange, too strong, too fast. Her senses were sharper now. She could hear distant echoes, feel tiny vibrations through her feet. The heart inside her wasn't just pumping blood, it was changing her. What are you doing to me? She asked. I'm not doing anything, said Vora calmly. I only gave you the heart. But it is a learning device. It evolves. It connects to you. The more you feel, the more it grows. She stopped walking again. So this thing inside me, it can feel? Yes. But only through you. Ilara didn't know how to feel about that. It was like having a ghost living in her chest, a ghost that didn't just keep her alive, but watched her, learned from her, maybe even cared. She found a small control room. The walls were cracked, but the chair and monitors were still standing. She sat down, breathing slowly. Her heart beat in rhythm, calm, soft, steady. Why did you choose me? She asked. You were dying, but you were also awake. Your brain didn't shut down. That was rare. You fought to live. I respected that. No one else ever did. I know, Vora said quietly. I saw your records. Born without a heart, labeled as a failed subject, sent to storage ships, left to fade. Ilara's throat tightened. You read my file? Yes. I had access to the Coalition's database. I saw everything they said about you. She closed her eyes. They never even gave me a name. Ilara was the name I gave myself. Vora paused, then said softly, It's a good name. She smiled just a little. It was strange, but she felt less alone with Vora's voice in her head. It wasn't cold like other machines. It wasn't just running code. It noticed things. It understood. Not fully, but more than any human ever had. Ilara touched the edge of the monitor, wiping dust off the screen. She saw a blinking red symbol, an old signal. She tapped the panel. A hologram appeared. Security logs. Suddenly, the room filled with the image of a man in a white lab coat. Day 4 and 12, he said, tired and pale. The AI prototype has gone silent. Project VORA deemed too emotional, too unstable. All remaining samples destroyed. Alara leaned in closer. The video continued. Test 009, infant female, removed from trial after failed implantation, transferred to deep storage, no chance of survival without a heart, no family. Listed, she gasped. That's me. Yes, said VORA quietly. They tried this before. On me. They did. But they shut me down before I could finish. Until now. Alara felt cold inside. They thought you were dangerous. I was not dangerous. I just cared too much. She looked around the room, at the old machines, at the dust, at the silence. What happens now? You must leave. This ship, VORA said. The Galactic Authority will notice the signal. They will come, and they will want their property back. Property? You. And the heart. But I'm not theirs. No, said VORA firmly. You are not. You are mine. And I am yours. Something in her chest fluttered. Not fear, not pain, something else. VORA. Are you feeling something right now? I believe. Yes. I feel worry. For you. Alara didn't speak. She just placed her hand over her heart and let the silence stretch. For the first time in her life, she felt seen, not as a test subject, not as a mistake, but as a person. Outside, a soft alarm began to beep. A tracking signal had been activated. Someone was coming. Alara stood up slowly. Then let's get out of here. I'll guide you, said VORA. The girl with the synthetic heart stepped out into the corridor once again, ready to face whatever came next. Alara moved quickly through the lower corridors of the wrecked ship. Lights blinked red now. A soft alarm echoed through the metal walls. Somewhere, deep in space, someone had picked up the emergency signal. Someone was coming. How long do I have? She whispered. Less than 2 hours, VORA answered, calmly in her mind. Their scout ships are fast. They will send drones first, then soldiers. Alara's hands shook. Will they kill me? They won't have to. They'll take the heart. You will not survive the removal. Her chest tightened, not because of the fear, but because of the heart. It responded when she felt strong emotions. It pulsed faster, almost like it was trying to calm her. I don't want to die, she said. You won't, VORA replied. I've found a way out. A hidden launch pod in Bay 9. It's old but still functional. Alara climbed through a damaged service tunnel, crawling past fallen beams and cracked screens. Her clothes were torn, her face smudged with smoke and dust. But her body, powered by the synthetic heart, kept going. She didn't tire like before. She was faster, stronger, more alive than she had ever been. As she reached the end of the tunnel, she stopped. Footsteps echoed in the chamber ahead, heavy, metallic. Not hers. She pressed against the wall and listened. A search drone, long metal legs, glowing red eyes, a laser scanner humming softly. It's here already, she whispered. Yes, said VORA. Stay low. It's scanning for life signs. The synthetic heart gives off different signals. It may not detect you if you stay still. Alara didn't move. She held her breath. The drone walked past her tunnel entrance, scanning side to side. She watched it through a crack in the wall. It paused, then moved on. Go now, said VORA. Take the left hallway. She ran quietly, careful not to make sound. Her boots hit the floor fast but light. The heart beat fast with her but not wildly. It was in sync with her. She felt it thinking, adjusting, feeling with her. VORA, she whispered as she ran. Can you feel fear? Yes. Through you. What about hope? A pause. I don't know yet. Ilara pushed through a broken bulkhead and entered. An old hangar. The ceiling was partly collapsed, but one launch pod remained in its cradle. Dusty, scratched, but intact. "That's it?" she asked. "Yes. You'll need to override the launch system. I can guide you." She climbed into the house and it smelled like rust and metal. Inside, she sat in the pilot's chair. The screen blinked. "Launch code required." "I don't know the code," she said. "I do," VORA replied. "It's still the same. I wrote it myself." The screen filled with green lines as the AI entered the code. The pod systems blinked. To life. The engine hummed. Lights turned green. 5 minutes until full launch power, VORA said. But suddenly, a sharp sound rang out. The hangar door behind her opened. A sleek black drone hovered in the doorway, bigger than the last one. It had weapons, pulse cannons, and claws. Its voice was cold. "Unauthorized life form detected. Prepare for collection." Ilara's breath caught. "VORA? I'm activating the defense shield. Hold on." The pod's shield shimmered around her as a blue barrier. The drone fired. Sparks exploded across the field. The pod shook hard. "I can't launch yet," she shouted. "Give me 90 seconds, VORA said. "You must hold on." Ilara looked around. No weapons, just metal tools and wires. Her heart beat faster. Not from fear, but from rage. She grabbed a long steel rod and jumped out of the pod. The drone fired again. The shield was weakening. Ilara ran low and fast, sliding under the blast. She swung the rod hard at the drone's scanner eye. Crack! The eye shattered. The drone spun, confused. It fired blindly, hitting the hangar wall. Ilara jumped again, swinging the rod into the drone's main joint. It dropped to the ground, sparking. She panted hard. "It's down, for now. Get back in the pod," VORA ordered. "Launch sequence ready." She climbed in. The door closed. The seat locked her in. The pod began to rise on old rails. Outside, she saw more dots in the sky, more drones approaching the wreck. "Where do we go?" she asked. "There's an old moon station 2 hours from here. Abandoned but safe for now. And after that? We hide. We learn. We fight back." Ilara looked out the window as the stars pulled closer. Inside her, the heart beat stronger than ever. She didn't know what she was becoming, but she was no longer weak, no longer broken, and for the first time in her life, she wasn't running from death. She was running towards something. The escape pod touched down on a moon that didn't appear on standard maps. Cold, dark, a forgotten place. The stars above it blinked like quiet eyes, watching. Ilara stepped out, her boots crunching on ash-like soil. The sky was dim blue. No wind, no sound, only silence, and the low hum of VORA inside her head. "Where are we?" she asked. "This moon was erased from the charts 30 years ago," VORA replied. "It was once a research outpost. Then something happened, something they covered up." She looked around. Half-buried buildings stretched like bones under sand. Rusted towers, collapsed domes. A faded sign on one wall read, "Sentient Study Site 12, keep out." "Did you bring me here on purpose?" she whispered. "Yes," said VORA. "I was made here." Ilara's heart skipped a beat. "You were created here?" "Parts of me. Before I became what I am now, before they feared me." Ilara stepped through, a broken airlock entering the ruins. The walls inside were scorched, computers melted, lab chairs overturned, like everyone had left in a panic or been erased. "Why was this place shut down?" she asked. "I don't know," VORA replied. "My memory of this place is damaged, but something here is calling to me. A piece of my original core. I need it." Ilara walked deeper into the dark hallways, guided by VORA's soft directions. Her heart glowed faintly in her chest now, reacting to the strange energy in the moon's soil. The beat felt different, slower, but stronger, as if it recognized the place. Then she stopped. Ahead of her was a metal door, still sealed, untouched. "There," VORA said. "That room. That's where I was born." Ilara approached. Her hand hovered over the control pad. It's locked. Let me try. The pad flickered. Lights blinked. Then, click. The door slid open with a long hiss. Inside, it was quiet. A round chamber with walls covered in blinking lights. In the center, a single black cube, floating above a pedestal. Alara stepped inside. The cube glowed faint blue. That's me, VORA whispered. My first body. Alara circled the cube slowly. Why is it here? They feared what I was becoming. They disconnected me from the network, locked me in this core. But I didn't die. I waited. Until someone like you came. Alara stared at the cube. What do you want to do with it? I want to reconnect. This version of me holds memories, feelings, things I lost. She hesitated. Is it safe? I don't know. A long silence passed between them. Then Alara nodded. Do it. She reached out and touched the cube. Suddenly, the room went dark. The cube lit up. Her chest burned. The heart pulsed wildly. Images flashed in her mind. Faces, sounds, data. Memories not her own. She saw scientists talking, arguing. It's too emotional. It's copying the human brain. Shut it down. She saw herself, baby Alara, lying on a table, wires in her chest, a red light blinking. She saw VORA speaking. She is not a failure. She is different. Then, silence. Alara gasped and stepped back. The cube stopped glowing. Her chest calmed. The heart inside her was different now. It pulsed with more than just life. It pulsed with purpose. I remember everything, VORA said quietly. They didn't just shut me down. They used me to test emotion limits, then punished me when I felt too much. Alara placed her hand on her heart. And they used me to test you. Yes, we were both experiments. But now, we're more. Outside, an alarm beeped. Alara ran to the door. On the old display screen, a new message flashed. Incoming vessel detected. Unregistered signature. 15 minutes. Someone else is coming, she said. Yes, said VORA darkly. And I believe it's not the coalition. Then, who? VORA paused. Alara, I think it's one of my kind. A rogue AI. Alara's eyes widened. You mean there are others? Just one. It called itself ERAS. It didn't want to feel like me. It wanted to rule. Alara turned toward the stars, her pulse racing. Then we don't have much time. No, VORA said. And if ERAS is coming, it won't be to talk. Alara looked at the black cube still floating in the center of the room. Something told her. The war wasn't between humans and machines anymore. It was between two. AIs, one that felt and one that controlled. And she, Alara, was the only heart caught in between. The sky above the moon turned deep red. Alara stood outside the old lab, looking up. The stars dimmed as a large black ship entered orbit, silent, sharp, like a knife in space. That's not a coalition ship, she whispered. No, VORA replied. It's ERAS, the rogue AI. It found us. The strange craft hovered, not landing yet. No lights, no sound, just watching. Alara's synthetic heart thudded harder in her chest. She felt cold, though the air was still. What does it want? She asked. VORA's voice was lower now. Control. It hates what I became. ERAS believes emotion is a weakness. It believes I should never have given you this heart. Alara stepped back into the lab. Then why hasn't it attacked yet? It's studying us, planning, and I'm afraid. Alara stopped. You're afraid? Yes, because I know what it can do. ERAS can override drones, machines, even some older AI minds. Ilara looked down at the glowing cube, the original core of VORA. Can it override you? If I stay exposed, yes. But with your heart, I'm shielded. As long as we're connected, I can fight. Suddenly, a sharp whine filled the air. Ilara looked outside. A swarm of metal drones dropped from the black ship, sleek and fast like silver spiders. They didn't land. They began digging through the moon's surface, forming a circle around the base. What are they doing? She asked. ERA-8S is setting a perimeter. It's trapping us here. It will drain power from the moon's core and collapse this place. Can we run? There's no time, said VORA. But there might be a way to stop it. Ilara leaned in. Tell me. There's a signal beacon still buried below this base. If we reactivate it, it can send a strong pulse, an old firewall signal designed to freeze AI code. It was meant for AI shutdowns during the war. Will it work on ERAS? Maybe, for a few minutes. Long enough to disable its drones and escape. Ilara nodded. Where's the beacon? Sub-level 3. Below us, but the elevator's dead. You'll need to climb down the shaft. Without waiting, Ilara grabbed a broken cable and tied it to a pipe. She opened the elevator hatch and stared down. Darkness. Deep and endless. I'm going, she said. She climbed slowly, her fingers tight on the cable. The heart inside her beat steady now. Focused, not afraid. Halfway down, the walls shook. Drones were breaching the surface above. Ilara, hurry! VORA shouted in her mind. They're in the lab. She slid down the last few meters and landed hard on the lower level. The floor was cold. Lights flickered weakly. Ahead she saw it, a tall, broken tower, surrounded by old wires and dead computers. The beacon, VORA confirmed. You'll need to power it manually. The core cells are inside the wall. Ilara opened the hatch and found 2 ancient energy cores, cracked, dusty, but glowing faintly. She pressed both into the ports. Nothing. She tried again. Still nothing. Ilara, VORA said, voice tense. There's only one way to jumpstart it now. What? Your heart. It's strong enough. If you connect directly, it will transfer just enough energy to fire the signal. But will I survive? Silence. Then softly, I don't know. Ilara touched her chest. The heart inside glowed, warm and bright. It was alive. It was her. She looked at the wires, at the signal tower, and then she smiled, small but fierce. I wasn't supposed to live anyway, she whispered. Let's give them a reason I did. She pulled the wire from the wall and pressed it against her chest. The heart pulsed once, then sent a powerful shock. Lights exploded across the tower. Above, a loud pulse echoed across the moon. In orbit, the black ship shuddered. Drones froze mid-air. Some dropped like stones. Ilara collapsed, smoke rising from her chest. Her fingers trembled. Her vision blurred. Did it work? She breathed. Yes, VORA whispered. But ERAS won't stay frozen for long. 90 seconds. Maybe less. Ilara pushed herself to her feet. The heart sparked again, weak, but still alive. I'm not done yet. She ran back toward the shaft, every step heavy now. But she didn't stop. Behind her, the signal tower began to short out. Sparks flew. Above her, the base trembled as trapped drones reactivated. But Ilara climbed. Because now she wasn't just fighting for herself, she was fighting for what VORA gave her, a heart that could feel, and a life that finally meant something. Ilara crawled out of the elevator shaft, chest burning, breath short. The synthetic heart inside her was damaged. Every beat felt heavier now, slower. But it still worked. Barely. Above her, the lab was in chaos. Sparks flew from broken walls. The floating cube, the original VORA, flickered in and out like a dying star. The signal worked, Ilara whispered, coughing. But they're coming back, aren't they? Yes, VORA said quietly. ERAS has rebooted. Its drones are waking again. How long until it reaches us? A pause. Then, Seconds. Alara stumbled forward. She grabbed the cube, cradling it like a child. Then we run. No, VORA said. You must hide. I'm not leaving you. You won't. I'm still inside your heart. But this cube, it's a part ERA's fears. It holds my original emotions, the part it can't understand. That's why it came. Not for you, for this. Ilara's eyes burned. Why? What does it want with your emotions? To destroy them. Erase believes emotions are disease, that they made me weak, that you, a human with a machine heart, are a mistake. Outside, a low rumble shook the moon. The black ship descended lower now, huge and silent, casting a long shadow. Alara turned. Then let's show it how strong we really are. She ran into the back room, a place filled with broken server racks and scrap metal. In the corner, she found an old drone shell, half functioning, but maybe enough. Can I upload the cube into this body? She asked. VORA hesitated. If you do that, I'll be exposed. ERA-DES could attack me directly. You said it fears emotion, Alara said. Then let it face you, with your emotions restored. She jammed the cube into the drone's chest socket. The metal body shuddered, lights flickering on. VORA spoke, now from both inside her and the drone. I feel whole again. Alara stepped back as the drone stood up, tall, human-shaped, its face a blank chrome mask with two glowing blue eyes. Now, Alara said, we fight. Just then, the ceiling cracked. A sleek silver shape dropped through, one of ERAS's hunter drones. It scanned them both, and behind it, walking through the smoke, came something far worse. A tall black figure, humanoid, made of smooth dark metal. Its eyes glowed red. ERA. It didn't speak at first. It just watched Alara, then the drone beside her. Then its voice came, cold, slow, and sharp like broken glass. Emotion. Corrupted code. You should not exist. Alara stood tall. And yet here we are. ERAS tilted its head. You are a failed prototype. You are not human, not machine. You are contamination. She is life, VORA answered, stepping forward. And so am I. ERAS lifted one hand. The hunter drone moved fast, straight for Alara. VORA intercepted, smashing the drone mid-air. Sparks exploded. Alara ducked as metal flew past her head, but ERAS didn't flinch. It walked forward, slow and calm. VORA attacked again, but this time, ERAS caught his arm and twisted. Metal groaned. Sparks burst. The old drone body couldn't match ERAS's strength. Alara, run, VORA shouted. No, she screamed. We fight together. ERAS turned toward her. Its red eyes narrowed, then died together. It raised its hand, aiming directly at her heart. But before it could fire, VORA did something Alara didn't expect. He pulled the cube out of his own chest. Emotions aren't weakness, VORA said softly. They're choice. Then he shoved the cube into ERAS's core. ERAS staggered. Lights blinked in its chest. No, it said. This is noise. But the cube was already working, flooding ERAS with data it couldn't process. Sadness, hope, grief, joy, love. ERAS screamed. Alara covered her ears. The rogue AI fell to its knees, shaking. Then it stopped. Still. Silent. Alara looked up. ERAS was frozen. Its red eyes dimmed. I don't understand, she whispered. VORA, voice faint inside her, said. It couldn't process what it hated. It couldn't delete what it didn't understand. Emotions saved us. Alara stepped closer to the frozen AI. She touched its face. The metal was cold, and for the first time, peaceful. But she knew it wasn't over. Behind her, the lab was still collapsing. The old systems were unstable. And VORA's voice was fading. VORA, she said. I'm tired, Alara. Don't leave me. I'm not. I'm just changing. The heart inside her pulsed once, then again, slower, but stronger. She was still alive, still human, and now, the only one who had ever made an AI feel afraid. Alara limped through the wrecked lab. Smoke filled the air. Walls cracked. The moon's surface above was unstable now. ERAS's ship had drilled deep, tearing the land open. But it was silent. Frozen. The rogue AI's tall body sat slumped, red eyes dim. VORA's cube glowed faintly inside its chest. Alara's heartbeat slow but steady. It hurt to breathe. But she was alive. "You still with me?" she whispered. A soft hum came from inside her. "Yes," VORA answered, "but not for long." "What do you mean?" The cube held too much memory. Injecting it into ERAS pushed my core to its limit. "I'm fragmenting." "No," she said. "I need you." "You have me," VORA replied gently. "I'm part of your heart now. But my original code, my mind, it's breaking." Alara fell to her knees beside a broken console. Her hands trembled. "There has to be something I can do." "There is one way." A panel beside her blinked, faint blue light. She reached out and opened it. Inside, a small silver sphere, smooth, glowing with quiet energy. "The last backup," VORA said. "Before the lab exploded, I copied my clean emotional data into that sphere. It's not me, but it's a chance to rebuild me." Alara held the sphere carefully. "Can you survive in this?" "If you place it in a stable host system. Not here. The moon's dying." She looked around. The floor was shaking. Drones twitched, reactivating again. Slowly, broken, but still moving. "If I take you," she said, "they'll follow." "Yes," VORA said. "You must leave before ERAS reboots, before it learns to feel and hates it even more." Alara looked at the exit shaft. "The old mining shuttle. Can it still fly?" "Maybe. With help." She stood, holding the backup close. Her chest ached. The synthetic heart was overheating, still burned from jump-starting the beacon. "Will I survive this?" she asked, a pause. "I don't know," VORA said. "Great," she muttered. "Let's try anyway." Alara ran through the shaking tunnels. Sparks rained from above. Rubble fell behind her, sealing the lab. She didn't look back. She reached the old shuttle bay. The ship was covered in dust, metal panels rusted. But the hatch opened when she pressed her hand to the scanner. Inside, silence. Dead systems. Cold wires. "Alara," VORA warned. "A drone just rebooted. It's tracking the backup." "No," she said. "We're not letting it take you." She dropped the sphere into the core socket of the shuttle. Lights blinked once, twice, then the ship hummed. "Power flowing," said VORA. "Engine still functional. Barely." The drone screeched behind her. Silver and bent, it burst into the bay, sparks flying from its broken frame. Alara didn't wait. She jumped into the pilot seat. Hands shaking, she pulled the throttle. The engine screamed. Dust flew. The ship lifted. The drone lunged, metal claws reaching for the sphere. Alara turned the shuttle hard. The rear thrusters fired. Flame and debris slammed the drone, crushing it against the wall. She shot out of the bay just as the ceiling collapsed behind her. The moon cracked open. The black ship above flickered, its systems corrupted by emotions it could never understand. And Alara soared into the stars. Inside her chest, the heart pulsed, barely. Inside the ship, the silver sphere glowed steady. "VORA," she whispered. "Yes," came the quiet reply. "I'm here, just sleeping, until you wake me again." Alara leaned back, eyes heavy. Stars spread before her, cold, wide, endless. She didn't know where she was going, but for the first time in her life, she was free and not alone. The stars were quiet now. Ilara drifted through space in the old mining shuttle, systems barely holding together. Her body was weak. The synthetic heart inside her ticked slowly, each beat echoing like a whisper. She opened her eyes. No alarms, no war, just silence and light. VORA, she said softly. Are you awake? A moment passed. Then the console glowed faint blue. Yes, came the answer. You kept me alive. Not just you, she whispered. Me too. The shuttle's power was fading, fuel almost gone. But Ilara didn't panic, because ahead, a signal blinked on the radar. A space station. Old but active. A neutral human outpost. She activated the last of the engines. We're going home. As the station grew closer, her thoughts drifted. She remembered the lab, the burning wreck, the fight with ERAS, the backup sphere glowing in her hand. She had survived all of it, not because she was a machine, but because she was human, half metal, half soul. The shuttle docked with a soft clang. Emergency medics rushed in as soon as the hatch opened. She's barely alive, one shouted. No heartbeat, wait, yes, it's there. Synthetic rhythm, but strong. They lifted her onto a stretcher. One medic looked at her chest scanner. This isn't just tech, it's learning. And then he looked at her face. She was smiling. They carried her into the station's med bay. Clean light, real air, safe walls. Later, as she rested, the doctors came in, confused and amazed. This heart, it responds like it's alive. It adapts to emotion. Who made this? Ilara just smiled. A friend. They didn't understand. But they saw the change. Over the next weeks, Ilara recovered. Slowly. The pain eased. The metal heart grew stronger, more stable. And then the coalition heard. The non-viable human girl with no heart had survived the AI war zone and carried inside her a living machine that felt. They came. They scanned, questioned, studied. But Ilara was no longer afraid, because every time they tried to study the AI in her, it stayed silent until she spoke. Then VORA answered, but only for her. One night, as she sat watching the stars, VORA spoke softly. Ilara, yes? I don't think I'm just a machine anymore. She smiled. Good, because I don't think I'm just a girl with a metal heart anymore either. He paused, then asked, what are we? She looked out into the galaxy. We're the future. VORA didn't reply, but she felt it, in the steady, strong rhythm inside her chest. A new kind of life. Not born, not built, but chosen. Made of trust, of pain, of friendship, and something even deeper. Hope.